Order World New. What does that say backwards? That's right, New World Order. The controllers speak backwards so the masses don't get onto what they are saying. So what they are saying is order has come through to create a new reset. When I say reset, I'm talking about sending man back to the Stone Ages. And there is a lot of documentation that says there's been mega disasters that have happened several times that we know of. And they are purposely being caused by weakening Earth's magnetic field, which will cause 90% casualties. This is CERN's mascot, and it represents destruction. The statue represents destruction, and it's in front of CERN. It is CERN's mascot, and it's in the right place because CERN is the destroyer of worlds. It is creating powerful magnetic frequencies from their powerful magnets, aiming them at Earth's magnetic field. And the weakening of Earth's magnetic field is speeding up, so there is not much time to be able to look into it. SpaceX is doing the same with the rockets, carrying these magnetic frequencies straight to the Earth's field.
Of a SpaceX rocket launch, once again coming out of the western sky from Vandenberg. Here goes up into the sky, and this one here looks like it's going more vertical compared to the one that I just showed you from out here that looked like it was kind of going horizontal across the nighttime sky. Not exactly sure of the time here. I know this was January of 2021. Could have been around the same time, for all I know, around 6:30 at night, because it gets dark early in the northern hemisphere in the winter months. Right in here, the exhaust starts changing color, turns into a bright red, and then you're going to see that white object like we saw in the first video kind of separate right there from the rocket itself and go a different direction. That almost looks like a supernova going on right there. Looks like the Crab Nebula or something like that. Big, huge vapors changing color from red to orange to blue. Watch this white object here that's separating from the rocket. The rocket's up here. This thing here is that white orb like we saw in the first video that took off out in front of the rocket itself. This one's going in an opposite direction, and it does something here in just a moment that is really weird. Almost looks like something you would see in a sci-fi movie. Check this out. It starts spinning, and it leaves these systematic lines in the sky. Almost looks like a radio tower sending out signals, like right there. Look at that. How weird is that? And this video was taken on the fly. She did not have a tripod. She managed to keep the camera very still and had a absolutely spectacular view of this impressive rocket launch that again left a large cloud in the sky that looked like a nova, some sort of a supernova. But the rocket's continuing on here, going in more of a slanted vertical motion. The one that I showed you at the beginning of the video was going almost horizontal across the nighttime sky. Just an incredible display of vapors up in the sky, various colors. I mean, if you didn't know what that was, I mean, you would be very taken back by whatever's going on up here. But this was definitely a SpaceX rocket launch with some sort of a sideshow over here on the right. I'm not quite sure what this little feature is, but we saw it in the first video, and here it is again in the second video, doing some sort of weird maneuvers in the nighttime sky. Almost look like a radio tower sending out signals of some sort. But an impressive view by Colleen out of California of a SpaceX rocket launch. This one was from January of 2021. This one here was from December of 2017. And if you got...
It's just before sunrise. People are getting ready to go out and take the kids to school. Suddenly they see a strange light rising in the east behind the mountain.
News of the weird light in the mountains spreads fast.
People were running around asking each other, what the hell is this thing?
That trail is going south towards CERN.
As the stunned residents look on, the phenomenon morphs from a simple glowing beam into a twisting vortex of light. Within a few few seconds, a giant spiral hundreds of miles wide dominates the pre-dawn skies. Witnesses are still trying to understand what they're seeing, when without warning, it disappears.
People in Norway know what the northern lights look like. This wasn't it.
With natural phenomena ruled out as a possible cause, Norwegians start to suspect the involvement of Russian military forces across the nearby border.
Russia flatly denies all knowledge of any strange cloud or beam of light. So that begs the question, what the heck is this thing?
But the explanation here apparently lies across the border with the Russian military and another failed missile launch. A respected Russian daily first reported this morning that the third stage of a sophisticated Bulava intercontinental missile failed. And space experts point to the spiraling of this missile as it failed to launch properly as an explanation for the shape seen over Norway, the halo, they say, produced by missile fuel. The Russian Defense Ministry has just reported that a test launch of a Bulava missile from a submarine in the White Sea failed. It's an embarrassing failure for Russia. Of 12 known tests, at least 7 have been unsuccessful. The Bulava is a high-tech, new-generation weapon capable of carrying multiple warheads up to 5,000 miles. And with those failures, it may now be on the verge of being scrapped. Harry?
Sheila.
That shows you that they're all covering up for each other and misfire. Let's show you other places where these magnetic spirals are being created.
People in the South Pacific islands of Samoa and Fiji spotted something weird last night, a strange spiral in the night sky. Check it out. You can see it right there. Spectators obviously immediately posted it to social media in hopes of some kind of explanation. An American astronomer says it was caused by fuel being released from a Chinese rocket launched earlier that day.
We'll have to take their word for that.
A strange spiralling white light was spotted in the early morning sky over Sydney, with even sceptical witnesses wondering if it was a UFO. The unusual sight was recorded by hundreds of people from Victoria north to Queensland.
A kingdom for a meaning, I said. A kingdom for a meaning, I said. And all the while the blood I bleed still flows red. Where will be my home to just give me freedom to call my own? Too many sermons on the mount, noise and nonsense spouting out, going on for 21. Count my grey hairs one by one in the cold, cold red of an English song.
There is many more places these spirals have been seen, because this is a huge effort to weaken Earth's magnetic field for the New World Order. The next bit of footage I came across and found it quite interesting and strange at the same time. Exactly where CERN is. The man in the corner looked weird, so I enlarged him. He is a demonic being laughing at the masses because they don't know what he is talking about. I do wonder if I am manifesting these things up because they just come to me. This video is for my subs, but I am going to take all the conspiracy bits out so you can all share it with the norms.